You know, in every hospital, every single day, there's this silent drama playing out. It's a race against time, but it's not kicked off by a siren. Nope, it's triggered by a single number on a lab report. This is the story of that number and how getting it to the right person right now can literally be the difference between life and death.
Okay, just imagine this is you for a second. You feel off, you go to the hospital, and a machine finds out your body's in a state of emergency. A number, in this case your potassium level, is just screaming that you're in danger. But that scream, it's lost in the void, all because of something as simple as a lunch break. And believe me, this isn't some rare one-off story, it's a terrifyingly common breakdown in the system.
So, what exactly are we talking about here? Well, the official term is a critical result, and you should think of it as the lab's version of a 5-alarm fire. It's a number that is so out of whack, so abnormal, that it signals an immediate, life-threatening risk. This isn't just a piece of data, it's a demand for urgent, right-now action.
So what happens when that demand for action just gets lost? Well, that's where we find ourselves in the first of two worlds we're going to explore. One that's defined by a breakdown in communication where the system itself becomes the biggest risk. The traditional way of reporting these critical results is, and I'm not kidding here, basically a high-stakes game of telephone. You've got a lab tech, probably juggling a million other things, who has to pick up a phone, try to track down the right doctor, hope they're not with another patient, and then pray the message gets heard and understood correctly. Every single one of those steps is a place where things can go wrong in a chain that really can't afford a single weak link.
And the scale of this problem? It's staggering. A national survey in Denmark found that 1 in every 10 critical results was never reported at all. Just let that sink in. 1 in 10. That's not a rare glitch. That's a systemic failure, and it has potentially tragic consequences for thousands and thousands of patients.
And even when the call does go through, just getting the other person to confirm they heard the information correctly, a simple read back, can fail. One study showed that before they tweaked the process, the readback failure rate was almost 50%. And even after they improved the procedure, it was still over 30%. In a manual system, human error is always just one busy moment away.
And this number shows us exactly when the system is at its most fragile. A study out of Turkey found that during the busiest times of the day, the morning rush, lunchtime, shift changes, delays in reporting these critical results jumped by over 13%. Remember our patient's story? It was lunchtime. See? This shows us that wasn't just a bit of bad luck. It was a predictable system failure.
So, if the old world is this broken game of telephone, what does the new world look like? Well, this brings us to the automated solution, finally closing the information loop to get rid of these dangerous gaps.
The solution is what's called a closed-loop system. Here's how it works. When a critical result pops up, it doesn't wait for a phone call. An alert is instantly fired off to the right clinician's device. And here's the key. They have to acknowledge it. If they don't respond within a few minutes, the system automatically escalates it to the next person up the chain. It's kind of like certified mail for medicine. It guarantees the message gets delivered and signed for.
And the speed? It's just incredible. The median time for a doctor to confirm they've received the alert in one of these systems is less than 3 minutes. We're going from a world of uncertain delays that could stretch on for hours to a world of confirmed contact in less time than it takes to check your email.
The reliability is just as impressive. A study of a whole chain automated system in China hit a timely reporting rate of nearly 98%. So we're moving from a system where 1 in 10 alarms just gets lost to one where pretty much every single one gets through on time. This isn't just about improving a process, it's a fundamental leap in patient safety. But a faster system isn't automatically a smarter one. Technology is really only as good as the rules that it follows, which is why context is absolutely everything. It's not just about delivering the number, it's about making sure it's the right, critical number to begin with. See, that threshold that flags a result as critical can't always be a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. A value that's really dangerous for one patient might actually be expected for another. A truly smart system needs to understand that difference.
Let's just take hemoglobin, for example. The level in your blood that's considered critically low is different for an adult than it is for a child. An automated system that doesn't get that nuance could either miss a dangerous situation in a pediatric patient or, on the flip side, trigger a false alarm for an adult.
Which really makes you wonder, right? Is a number ever just a number? Well, in medicine, the answer is pretty much always no. That number is just the starting point.
The best systems, the truly effective ones, they factor in all this crucial context. They're not just blindly flagging a number. They're programmed to know the patient's age, the specific lab equipment that's being used, and can even adjust the critical thresholds based on a specific condition, like diabetes, or by reading other health markers at the same time. This is the difference between a simple alarm and, well, true clinical intelligence. The number gets smarter because the system understands the whole patient.
So what we have are two completely different approaches, one that's manual and fragile, and another that's automated and intelligent. Let's bring them side by side and see what they mean for that one patient whose life is hanging in the balance.
On the left, you've got the manual universe. The phone line is busy, the doctor's at lunch, the message gets delayed, and the patient's condition spirals into a full-blown medical emergency. Now on the right, you have the closed-loop universe. An instant alert goes out. It's confirmed in under 3 minutes. Treatment starts immediately, and the patient is safe. Two worlds, two systems, two completely, drastically different outcomes.
When it comes down to it, the choice is between two paradigms. One world where we are just at the mercy of a single number getting lost, where random chance controls the outcome, and another world where strong processes make sure that numbers are seen, understood, and acted upon. A world where our processes control the numbers.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. We all trust our health to these systems. If your life, or the life of someone you love, depended on a single critical result, which world would you want to be in? How would you want that number delivered?